And we're back at it. Good Monday to you. I hope you had a good Easter weekend. It's the 13th day of April, 2020. I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, live here from Studio 2 in downtown Wenatchee on a beautiful Monday. Clear skies, 34 degrees. It's chilly out there. We had a real bizarre weekend, actually about 72 hours worth of weather. It was, we'll recap that when we get to the weather, but we almost set a record high on Friday, and then on Sunday, we almost set a record low. Now, that's what you call a roller coaster. Details are coming up. We'll have you complete weather forecast. It's going to be pretty nice. It's going to be fairly dry. We're going to warm up gradually throughout the course of the week. We'll be back up in the lower 70s, so we can deal with that. That's coming up. A lot of news to get to, most of it COVID-19 related, as it applies to us here in North Central Washington, but there's other news as well. Eric will have sports. It's been a very challenging time for Eric, but he's still been able to cobble together as much sports as he possibly can. Most of it is games that are not being played or games that were played many, many months ago. We'll get to that. Plus everything else you're used to. Mike McNally's got an opinion. We got the obscure holiday. We've got some celebrity birthdays today in history and the whole 9 yards. It's a beautiful morning. It's cool, though. 34 degrees. A little while ago, we were at 32 degrees. Our record low for today is 28. I don't think we're going to get all the way down to 28, but it's cool. No question about that. And we're not going to get up to normal for our afternoon high, but all things being considered, we're happy to be here. Let's take it around the valley with our Valley View cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless. I don't see a cloud in the sky. It was a little cloudier than they were anticipating on Easter Sunday. We didn't get very warm. We only got to 56 degrees. That's it for yesterday. So Friday, we got all the way to 74, which was almost a record high. And then Saturday, only 62. So we had a 12-degree difference in our afternoon high between Friday and Saturday. And then only 56 yesterday. So we went from 74 to 62 to 56. That's chilly. Our normal high for this time of the year is right around 62 degrees. Sun came up at 6:15 this morning. It'll be hanging around until 7:48 tonight. It'll buy us 13 hours and 33 minutes of daylight. And again, overall, with a couple of weak systems that are passed in and out, one on Tuesday night and Wednesday and the other one towards the weekend, outside of that, it's going to be dry and mild. Dry is a big problem. Man, we have got some serious drought issues going on. We'll talk about that, too, in depth when we get to the weather forecast. Good morning to the Wenatchee Valley. I don't see a cloud in the sky. Camera 2. I don't know. I have to guess. I'm thinking monitor or Steins. What am I looking at here? That's the monitor camera, looking almost due west. So good morning to our friends in Kashmir. That's a good wide shot of Kashmir. Look at all the buds on the trees, on the pear trees and the cherry trees. They're starting to bud out. The bees are getting their job done. I see a little layer of, I don't know, that might be smoke from the Leavenworth fire that we're going to talk about in our lead story today. You can see that little layer of smoke out towards Leavenworth. I'm pretty sure that's from the fire. It's not a very big fire. It's only about 3 or 4 acres. Broke out yesterday afternoon. That'll be our lead story in just a couple minutes. But good morning to our friends in Leavenworth from the monitor camera. Camera 3 looks to be, I want to say Bear Mountain. I might be wrong. It's Bear Mountain. I'm not wrong. Wow, that's pretty good. Good morning to our friends up at Lake Chelan. I wonder what they're doing to the golf courses. I mean, they still have to mow them, I guess, but what kind of maintenance does one do for golf courses? I'm referring to the Bear Mountain Golf Course, but it applies to all golf courses since nobody's out playing. I suppose the good news is there's no divots or ball marks and stuff like that, stuff that can beat a golf course up. On the other hand, golf courses are lonely. Good morning to our friends in Manson and Chelan on this beautiful Monday morning. And camera number 4. Oh, that's a beautiful shot of, I'll say, Jupiter. That's Waterville. Okay, somewhere down there is Waterville. You might be able to see it better than I can. I'm in a studio with a lot of lights, and it's the wheat fields. Okay, thank you, Megan. So those are wheat fields out there. Yeah, in this studio, there's a lot of lights, and the monitor is kind of set apart from me a little bit, so sometimes it's hard for me to pick up what exactly it is that we're looking at. So we say good morning to Jupiter. It's my favorite planet, or Waterville, one of the two. Beautiful shot there. Wish I could see it. 5 minutes after the hour, I have a couple of slides to show for you. First of all, our 3-day weather outlook. Not looking too bad. Fair and dry today. Lots of sunshine today. We'll have a few clouds on Tuesday, but not too many for the Wenatchee Valley. Most of the clouds will be to the east of us. A little wind, a little bit on Tuesday afternoon for the Wenatchee Valley, and temperatures will eventually climb back up to near normal by the time we get through the end of Tuesday. Tuesday night and Wednesday, a weak system comes through the very far third of our state. Could get a little bit of rain. We could use a little bit of rain. We could use a lot of rain. We're way behind the schedule there. And partly cloudy skies and gradually warming temperatures, although a little windy in the Okanagan Valley. They did get quite a bit of wind, by the way, on Saturday afternoon. The wind kind of missed us, though, on Saturday afternoon. As far as precipitation, drought, wow, are we dry. We are bone dry. Look at that. This is what they call the rainy season, if you will. It begins October 1st, and it goes through the rest of the month. We are way behind on what we should be at. Only 3.33 inches of precipitation, starting all the way back on October 1st and going through yesterday. That is our third driest run since they started measuring these things at the Wenatchee water plant, I don't know, 100 years ago or so. This is a long, dry spell, or percentage of normal precipitation. You don't want to be in the red, and we are in the red. Yakima is even worse off than us. But right now, according to the forecast, there's really no precipitation at all for the foreseeable future. We are just stuck in this long, dry period. That's why they had some blowing dust out in the Moses Lake area yesterday. Can't seem to get any rain, and we need rain. We need it bad. It's not happening, not for the near future anyway. 7 minutes after the hour, Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling gives your home a hug. Let's take a look at the forecast. Again, dry and a gradual warming trend this week. There's one little blip out there, and you'll see that on Wednesday as we cool back down just by a couple of degrees. So quite a bit of sunshine today, right around 63 or 64, maybe even 65 for the afternoon high. No real wind to speak of. Partly cloudy tonight, just a couple of clouds passing in. This is the first of a couple of weak systems, 42 for the overnight low. The wind will be picking up a little bit on Tuesday, but really not much. Outside of that, tomorrow looks to be a repeat of today. The only difference is it's going to be a little bit warmer and maybe a couple more passing clouds on Tuesday. More clouds Tuesday night, 46 for the overnight low. Also, the winds will be picking up in intensity, not much. A northwest wind Tuesday night from 9 to 13 miles an hour. Wednesday, sunshine, but a little bit cooler. We'll top off right around 68 degrees, 40 for the overnight low on Wednesday night. Thursday, sunshine, a lot of it, high of about 68. So we're going to start gradually get above that normal. 72 on Friday, just in time for the weekend. Wouldn't you know it, we'll start seeing a few more clouds. Highs will be in the lower 70s. We're looking at 73 on Saturday and Sunday if the computer models hold up. But we're also looking at a few more clouds, too. Highs, overnight lows, I should say, should be in the mid-40s. So pretty quiet, pretty benign. A bit of a cool down on Wednesday, a little breezy at times Tuesday night into Wednesday. No rain in the forecast, no significant cloud cover at all. Nice mid-April weather, but yeah, we need precipitation and we need it bad, and it just isn't out there. It's as simple as that. All right, going to take a break at just about 9 minutes after the hour and come back with your Monday morning news. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
My name is Lacey Haggerty, and I am a nurse midwife with Columbia Valley Community Health. I love all aspects of my job because it is a profession that's very committed to empowering women to make decisions in their health care that feel best for them. It's incredibly valuable to me as a midwife that I get to take care of women throughout their whole lifespan. I hope to see you at a future visit because I know you'll love having midwifery care.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow. We have live bands to rock the night away, comedy to make you laugh, and if that's not enough, we have poker every Monday and Wednesday night. Club Crow in Cashmere has it all. Check out our Facebook event page for dates and times. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
We're back at 10 minutes after the hour, 33 degrees. Bountiful sunshine. Going to have quite a bit of sunshine all day today. Highs will be right around 64, 65, mid-60s. A gradual warming trend. Quite a bit of sunshine, a little breezy at times, a few passing high clouds. All in all, very pleasant week in store from Mother Nature, and we appreciate it. We could use it too. Here's what's making headlines. A brush fire ignited yesterday afternoon in shrubs and timber. This was off of Icicle Road, about 3 miles southwest of Leavenworth. Chelan County Fire District number 3 said what's dubbed as the Alpenhof fire was first reported right around 3 o'clock off Wedgeview Lane. That's a residential drive near the Icicle Ridge trailhead. By yesterday evening, it had reached about 3 acres in size, cause unknown at this hour. Winds were pushing the fire uphill and away from nearby residences. About 30 personnel from Fire Districts 3 and 6, plus Chelan County Sheriff's Office and the Washington State Department of Natural Resources responded. They used ground crews as well as a helicopter. No injuries or property losses reported so far. 2 more deaths from the COVID-19 outbreak were reported in Chelan County over the weekend. Details on those deaths not immediately available. It brings the county's total virus-related deaths to 5. Chelan County's total positive cases rose from 45 to 55. Douglas County's, they went up from 12 to 16. No deaths so far reported in Douglas County. Grant County added 5 more positive cases over the weekend to their total. That brings Grant County up to 114 with 2 deaths. Washington State now has 10,224 positive cases. 491 people have died from COVID-19. King County accounts for 1,798 of those tests and 68 of the deaths. Central Washington Hospital has been on the front lines, of course, of the COVID-19 pandemic in North Central Washington. But as it treats patients with the virus in their intensive care unit, the rest of the hospital has seen a sharp decline in traffic. Our very own Kyle Montgomery filed this report.
Far from being overwhelmed during the COVID-19 pandemic, most departments at Central Washington Hospital have been much less busy in recent weeks. On March 17th, the Wenatchee Hospital suspended elective surgeries and routine care visits as it prepared to treat an influx of patients with the virus, as had been seen at hospitals elsewhere. Though the intensive care unit is currently treating 11 COVID-19 related patients, 9 of whom are on ventilators, the patient numbers for the rest of the hospital are way down. Andrew Canning, Marketing and Communications Manager for Confluence Health, said there are typically 140 patients in beds at the hospital, but in the past 4 weeks, that number has averaged closer to 80, and far fewer patients are showing up at the emergency department and Confluence walk-in clinics. Canning said the emergency department normally sees about 100 patients a day, but that number has been cut in half. The visits to Confluence walk-in clinics are down even more, with a 60% drop-off. As of Friday morning, there were 45 people with the coronavirus in Chelan County and 12 in Douglas County, with most of these not requiring hospitalization. Confluence Health CEO Dr. Peter Rutherford said the hospital has suffered a big financial hit. Confluence leaders have been meeting with financial advisors to get a handle on the losses and potential remedies. Reporting for NCW Life, I'm Kyle Montgomery.
Thank you, Kyle. We appreciate it. Speaking of Confluence Health, more than 100 employees of Confluence Health have now been tested for coronavirus. 2 workers have tested positive. Confluence spokesman Andrew Canning said as of the middle of the week, a total of 104 staff had undergone tests. The 2 workers who had positive results for COVID-19 not based in Central Washington Hospital, which of course is overseen by Confluence Health. The health system also opened their second drive-through testing facility last week. This one at their OMAC clinic that serves Okanagan County patients. For drive-through services there or at the Wenatchee station on Emerson Avenue, give the Confluence COVID hotline a call at 663-8711. Jobless claims have skyrocketed, no surprise here, across the state thanks to shutdowns related to the pandemic. And it's no different here in North Central Washington. The Employment Security Department reports almost 5,300 unemployed claims filed in Chelan County in just the first 3 weeks of this crisis. In Douglas County, that figure is more than 2,100. The figures appear to plateau last week, but state agencies say they're preparing for a new surge in jobless claims as more workers, like independent contractors and part-time employees, become eligible to apply. Chelan and Douglas counties are preparing to house up to 50 people who are homeless or in need of isolation during the coronavirus emergency, but that need could become even greater than that. Blake Baldwin is the Chelan County Economic Development Director who's going to be heading up this project, and he talked about it late last week with our very own Jefferson Robbins.
It's titled the COVID-19 Outbreak Emergency Housing Program. It's a grant program that's administered through the Department of Commerce, and Chelan and Douglas counties, we've made the decision to combine our funding. So we've received a total of $885,447, and it's specifically used for people that need COVID-19 related isolation, so long as they meet certain criteria. And that criteria would be individuals that are in need of quarantine quarantine or isolation, that might be homeless and unsheltered, or they live in a situation where they can't go home should they be in need of quarantine or isolation without risking exposing others in their household or their families. And then there is another criteria or another list of eligibility that would be for individuals that have been displaced from their current shelter due to social distancing requirements because of the outbreak of COVID-19 within the shelter.
In the categories that you just mentioned, would it also apply to, say, like health workers who, I'm on the ward, I've been exposed, I have kids at home, and I don't want to spread this any further than I have to?
It absolutely would, yes, and that's something that we're exploring options on right now. They could be housed in the existing facility, but we are looking at other options should we reach a need beyond the 50-bed capacity that we've currently reserved, that we're looking at other options for other facilities to house emergency service and healthcare workers. But yes, they absolutely would fall under that criteria of not able to go home without risking exposing others to the illness. We have secured a site in East Wenatchee that's been approved by our health district for being close to medical facilities. We have reserved 50 rooms for the next 2 months, so 50 rooms starting at the beginning of April, with the ability to expand up to 99 rooms if we meet that need. We certainly hope at the local government and healthcare level that we don't need to expand the rooms, but if in the unfortunate circumstance that we do have that capacity within this facility. And we've been reached out, a bunch of different facilities and hotels and other individuals have reached out to me directly the last couple weeks with their willingness to partner with us as well. So just having that outpour of community support has been really encouraging for the future of this program as well, should we need to explore that.
So do you have any idea about the numbers of people we might be talking about?
Right now, we do not. We have contracted with Serve Wenatchee Valley, and they are going to be working as our housing coordinator. I know that they've already placed one individual and her baby, and thankfully they have been discharged and were not, but they were waiting test results. And I know that they have a couple other individuals right now, but unfortunately, just with the fluid nature of this virus, it's very difficult to pin down exactly what that need is going to be. Hence the reason that we've reserved the number of beds we have. We did that with the hopes that we'll never have to fill any of them, but that's becoming more apparent every day that they will be filled.
Local treasurers say your property taxes, you still got to pay them on time, even though we're dealing with a public health emergency. But Chelan and Douglas counties may offer some relief if the payments cause a hardship. Douglas County Treasurer Natalie Marks offers a grace period option. That means you can pay half your tax by the end of this month and the rest a month later, or a payment plan option, breaking the tax into 8 installments. In Chelan County, their treasurer, David Griffith, says taxpayers get a hold of his office and they can explore similar options. As you know, we've been producing over the last few weeks a series of public service announcements with local people talking about COVID-19 here in North Central Washington. This morning, it's outdoor enthusiast Cody Gillen.
Stay home, stay healthy, stay safe. Hi, I'm Cody Gillen, and I love to get out in Chelan and Douglas counties for outdoor fun. We have so many great places to go, and exercise is good for your health. But I'm asking you to please, stay home. Enjoy your own neighborhood for a walk. And if you do head to a park or a trail, no groups, please. Remember, 2's company, 3 is a crowd. And when you encounter others, stay 6 feet apart. We need to take care of each other and get rid of the coronavirus. Please help. Together we can do this. Stay home, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you.
We'll have more on how the local trails may be affected by COVID-19, by the way, when we get to sports here in about 5 minutes. Other news this morning, a child rapist who acted as his own attorney at trial sentenced Thursday to more than 28 years in prison. Jeremy Douglas Pedersen, 47 years old, sexually abused the victim 9 years ago when she was about 6 years old. He managed to win acquittal in his February trial in Chelan County on one count of child molestation, but the jury convicted him of child rape after testimony from the young victim and other witnesses. Pedersen, a Spokane native, has a lengthy criminal history that contributed to his sentence. Judge Leslie Allen imposing an exceptional sentence higher than the standard range of 20 to 26 years. Not surprisingly, Peterson told the judge he plans to appeal. Finally, this morning, after paying the State Department of Ecology $170,000 and making mandatory upgrades, Coleman Oil Company has now settled with the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, for another $133,000. The Lewiston, Idaho company allowed 3,800 gallons of biodiesel to leach into the ground and eventually into the Columbia River back in 2017 from its Riverside terminal in Wenatchee. Ecology imposed the fines and upgrade requirements on Coleman's facilities in Pateros and Dayton as well. The EPA found the company violated several federal spill prevention regulations. By the way, the Wenatchee terminal has since been shut down. And those are your headlines at 22 minutes after the hour on this Monday. The news crew is back. As you know by now, we are social distancing. We are running with a skeleton staff here. The vast majority of our coworkers are working remotely at home, but it still allows us to put together a newscast at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. And with the preview, here's Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, after a cool and a bit windy Easter weekend, another warming trend begins today. I'll have your complete north central Washington weather forecast, and Eric Granstrom will have a look at the day's sports news. That and all the day's news coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
I will be watching Grant. We hope you do as well. And if you have a news tip or you just want to drop us a line at the bottom of your screen, or all the different ways you can get a hold of us. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com. If you want to go to our Facebook page, and by golly you do, got a lot of likes there, go to our Facebook page and use Facebook Messenger. Drop us a line that way, or you can go to our website at ncwlife.com. Be sure to bookmark it and go to it on a regular basis. We're constantly populating our homepage, which you'll also notice at the top of the page, a Contact Us icon. Click on that. A form comes up. You fill out the form, you push send, and it comes right here to the broadcast Metroplex. Going to take a break. Come back with sports, the obscure holiday. We got today in history, some celebrity birthdays, and everybody is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion. It's all coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley Monday edition on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, I'm Chelan County Commissioner Kevin Overbay. I urge all of you to stay home, stay healthy, and stay safe. You can help our community out by urging your friends and relatives from other parts of the Northwest to please stay home. We have a beautiful county with places that people like to visit, but their visits are putting a strain on our resources, our first responders, and our health professionals. Please help us get the message out. We love visitors, but wait until we've gotten through the coronavirus pandemic to come see us. I know that this community will do all that they can to help us get through the coronavirus. Thank you, and be well.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Just past 24 minutes after the hour on this Monday, the 13th day of April. I'm Dan Kuntz. Sunshine, 33 degrees, right around 65 or so. For the afternoon high, a gradual warming trend. Quite a bit of sunshine, just a few filtered high clouds here and there. A little breezy at times, and no rain. And we need rain. Let's do sports. While a local concerted effort, of course, has been given to flattening the proverbial curve of the COVID-19 pandemic, there's still further restrictions that could be put in place. One, the possible closure of trails around the Wenatchee Valley, and that's where the Wenatchee Valley TREAD comes in. TREAD is an acronym, stands for Trails, Recreation, Education, Advocacy, and Development. It's an organization that was formed 3 years ago to help promote and plan for the future of trails and recreational systems all over the Wenatchee Valley. Members of TREAD came out with a video for trail users and recreationists.
Here in Chelan and Douglas counties, we're pretty fortunate to have some amazing recreational opportunities.
From the riverfront trail system
to Sage Hills and Saddle Rock, Ski Hill, Echo Ridge,
and countless other opportunities, there's many ways to get out there and recreate.
So here's the catch. Given the COVID-19 outbreak, we are seriously at risk for losing access to these places.
Many land managers are considering closing down even more trails to help slow the spread of the virus.
On behalf of TREAD,
Velo,
Evergreen,
and Run Wenatchee,
we're asking you, all of our membership, all trail users, and especially the new friends that we have on the trails at this time,
follow a few simple rules while you're out there recreating.
maintain at least 6 feet from each other on the trails, at trailheads, and when passing.
if the trailhead is full, find someplace else to park. In fact, do your best not to park at the trailhead at all.
pack it in and pack it out. This has not changed and it's always been the rule. Please keep litter and other garbage out of our trail systems.
please do not use closed roads.
Check with the land manager website before you head out to make sure where you're going is actually open.
And remember, please keep dogs on a leash so they don't chase wildlife, people, or other dogs.
These are challenging times, and like many of you, we want to keep our trails open so we can stay physically and mentally healthy.
We all can do our part to keep these trails open.
Thank you, and happy trails.
Good stuff from TREAD. Now, local officials understand we need to recreate, we need to get out and exercise, and social distancing challenges at trailheads and congested area may force their hands. Don't want that to happen. TREAD hopes that users can follow these simple recommendations, the one that you just saw, so we can all go out and enjoy the trail systems. That's the last thing we want, is to see those shut down. Of course, the school's out for the rest of the year, and that completely threw our spring sports broadcasting schedule really right out the window. We had huge plans for lots of spring sports this year. A lot of people had plans. Actually, our broadcast plans were interrupted, to say the least. So we're going to go back through the archives of past broadcasts. Yes, NCW Life Sports presents great games of our past. Can't wait for this. Since 2016, we have produced here at the NCW Life channel 430 sports broadcasts, 160 Wenatchee Wild games, and another 270 high school and Wenatchee Valley Rams games. That's a lot of sports. We'll begin our look back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We're going to have a volleyball match between Wenatchee and Eastmont from back in October of 2016. Eric Granstrom and Leanne Brandom had the call of a classic. It was at Eastmont High School. Thursday, hockey night, as always, featuring this year's tilt between Wenatchee and Cowichan Valley from January at the Town Toyota Center. Our checkup with the play-by-play. You can watch that Thursday night at 7 o'clock. On Friday, we're turning back the clock to the Bridge of Sportsmanship game of October of 2016 between Wenatchee and Eastmont at Wildcat Stadium. Eric and Grant were there. They had the play-by-play. We'll have that for you Friday at 7. Saturday's first game with the doubleheader goes back to 2017. That's when the Wenatchee girls soccer team hosted West Valley for the Big 9 District Championship. Sebastian Raga and Matt Wiesen will have the call for you. That's 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. At 7, we're going all the way back to July of 2016 for the Wenatchee Valley Rams and the Tri-City Rage. In playoff football, our good friend Steve Oak will have the call in the Battle of Western Washington Football Alliance play. It was at Lee-Bofta Field at the Apple Bowl, the summer of 2016. Time for another sports-related movie recommendation that you might not have heard of with our good friend, sports director Eric Granstrom.
Today, it's called Undefeated. It's another sports documentary that won an Academy Award for the best in its category. It tells the story of an inner-city high school football team in Memphis, Tennessee. The story centers on 3 players with their volunteer coach who helps them on and off the field.
Let's see here. Starting right guard shot, no longer in school. Starting middle linebacker shot, no longer in school. 2 players fighting right in front of the coach. Starting center arrested. Most coaches, that would be pretty much a career's worth of crap to deal with. I think that sums up the last 2 weeks for me.
For almost 14 years, we never won a football game.
Oh my God in heaven. Chavis has serious anger issues. Stop. You go over there, Mike.
Montreal is dealing with the death of his father.
When he died, I knew I was on my own.
Number 77, O.C. Brown.
O.C.'s grades wasn't up like they supposed to be.
He's going to lose an opportunity to go do something with his life. want them to rise above the inner city knock.
Man open, and he dropped it. Manassas about to fall to 0-1.
Anybody can be a champ. It takes a man to stand up when this thing hits you in the mouth because it hurts. Everybody says when you get these inner city kids down, they'll lay over and you'll beat them by 40. Not us. You gotta believe in yourselves, fellas.
Boy, those guys have taken some beating here.
There's a Manassas player down. God, I hope we didn't just lose him. Two things mean most anything to him in the world is his father and football. And we gotta make sure we're there for him.
Money, whatever you're going through, I promise it'll get better.
This is an unbelievably good opportunity. You're down 20-0. You come back from that, now you're talking about something.
1:03 to go. Season comes to a close for somebody here tonight.
You think football builds character. It does not.
He's gonna throw it. He pulls it through.
Football reveals character.
Undefeated, it's rated PG-13, a little violence, a little language, like life itself. And you can watch it now on Netflix. And those are just some of the games that people are not playing. On this Monday morning at 31 minutes after the hour, I had 3 obscure holidays to choose from. Today is National Peach Cobbler Day. I love peach cobbler. I'm trying to stay off the food-related obscure holidays. Today is National Make Lunch Count Day. I try to do that every day, but now it's National Scrabble Day because the guy who invented Scrabble, Alfred Mosier Butts, was born on this date. The name Scrabble is trademarked by Mattel all over the world, with the exception of the United States and Canada. In the United States and Canada, Scrabble is trademarked of Hasbro. It's sold in 121 countries. It's available in 29 languages. I wonder what it would be like to play Scrabble in, like, Mandarin. About 150 million sets have been sold worldwide. It's extremely popular in Great Britain. Half of all homes in England have a Scrabble set. About a third of American households have a Scrabble set, and this is the perfect time if you're, shut in on self-quarantine and social distancing. This is the perfect time to, play Scrabble with family and friends. Yeah, Alfred Mosier Butts created Scrabble. He called it Lexico, and then he made a big mistake. He sold it to James Brunot, who bought the rights to the game. James Brunot called it Scrabble, which means to scratch frantically. Whatever. But the big break, it's funny how these simple twists of fate can come across you in life. Jack Strauss was the man. He was the president of R.F. Macy's, and he and his family went on vacation. And they had never heard of the game Scrabble before. They bought it at their local toy store, and they played it over vacation, and they loved it. And when Jack Strauss got back from vacation to New York, he ordered Macy's to order hundreds and hundreds of these things to put them on sale because it's fun to play. And Scrabble was made from there. And by the way, don't dread the Q, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's about 25 Scrabble accepted words that have a Q but not a U. Look them up. And by the way, if you're a big fan of Scrabble, get a Scrabble dictionary. Saves you a lot of time. I'm terrible at Scrabble. I don't know why. Pig. Dud. I don't know. I'm no good at Scrabble. Probably doesn't hurt that I can't spell. 34 minutes after the hour. Lots of things happened on this date. This is the 77th anniversary of the Jefferson Memorial. There it is. It was dedicated by President Franklin Delano Roosevelt on April 13th, 1943, because it was the 200th anniversary of the birth of Thomas Jefferson. Yes, we have a celebrity birthday coming up. The Jefferson Memorial. Not exactly heavily visited. If you've ever been to Washington, D.C., it's really off the beaten path. It's really cool. It's beautiful. It's open air. It's really neat. It's got all kinds of Jefferson quotes engraved in the marble around the Jefferson Memorial. It's going under an extensive renovation. It's been falling apart, quite frankly, for the last few years, but they're fixing it up. The Jefferson Memorial, which is 77 years old today. April 13th, 1953, Allen Dulles was the guy's name. He was the director of the CIA, and he gave the green light to Project MK Ultra. What was Project MK Ultra, which started on this day back in 1953? We're going to take people and we're going to give them LSD and we're going to give them other chemicals. We're going to hypnotize them. We're going to give them electric shocks. We're going to deprive their senses of what they do. We're going to put them in isolation. We're going to abuse them verbally. We're going to abuse them sexually, and we're going to torture them. To what end? We don't know. But Project MK Ultra launched in 1953, and as you might imagine, almost everything that they did was against the law. But it was the CIA. They do what they want to do. You would think this would be a bigger deal in New York City. National League Baseball finally returns to the Big Apple. Of course, the Giants and the Dodgers had left after the 1957 season. On April 13th, 1962, 58 years ago today, National League Baseball returned to New York as the Mets play their very first home game at the Polo Grounds. They lost to the Pirates, 4-3. Think about this. Attendance for the very first Mets home game ever, 12,447. That's it. The Mets returned, National League Baseball returned to the Polo Grounds 58 years ago today. You'll probably hear about this sometime today. This is the 50th anniversary of the oxygen tank exploding on Apollo 13. They had launched. They were up there. Of course, the crew was in significant danger. They had to completely ditch the idea of landing on the moon. The only idea they had was to get back in one piece. They had to manually get it around the moon and then come back into Earth's atmosphere. If they came in too shallow, they would bounce off the atmosphere and off into space, and we never hear them again. If they came in too deep, they would burn up in the atmosphere, but they did it just right. Apollo 13 had a problem on this date 50 years ago today. Happy 44th anniversary to the reintroduction of the $2 bill. Again, TJ, Thomas Jefferson, all over the news today. The United States Treasury Department reintroduced the $2 bill on Thomas Jefferson's 233rd birthday. It was all part of the bicentennial celebration. People think $2 bills are very rare. They hoard them. There are stores who won't even accept $2 bills. Ironically enough, the United States Treasury says there's so many $2 bills in circulation, we don't really need to make too many of them. They haven't actually minted $2 bills in like 3 years, but they're out there and they're legal tender. And they came back into the fold 44 years ago today. And finally, history made. I remember watching this on TV, April 13th, 1997. I can't believe it was 23 years ago today that Tiger Woods became the youngest golfer to win the Masters tournament. He has won 4 more since. He has a total of 5. But Tiger Woods put his name in golf annals and golf lore, and the legend began on this date 23 years ago today when he absolutely dominated the Masters tournament at Augusta, Georgia. Won his first major. He'd win a few more. 38 minutes after the hour. Birthdays. Have we mentioned Thomas Jefferson yet today? Good old TJ was born on this date in 1743. Of course, he was the 3rd president of the United States. He was also the vice president under John Adams. He died on the 4th of July, on the same day as John Adams, in 1826, 50 years to the day after the Declaration of Independence. And like almost every one of our founding fathers, he lived to a ripe old age, lived to the age of 83. He was a Renaissance man. He did it all: zoology, architecture. He spoke something like 5 languages. He spoke Greek and Latin and German, Spanish. Thomas Jefferson, quite possibly the smartest guy ever to become president. Oh, and he wrote the Declaration of Independence, too. Thanks, TJ. Thomas Jefferson, born in the state in 1743. Harold Stassen. I hope you're watching, Steve Hare. Harold Stassen is Steve Hare's favorite politician. He was born in the state in 1907. Man, what a hairpiece that is. He lived a long time, lived to the age of 93, died in 2001. He was the governor of Minnesota from 1939 to 1943, left office to join the United States Navy during World War II, returned as the bright golden star of the Republican Party, ran for governor of Pennsylvania, lost, ran for mayor of Philadelphia, lost, ran for the United States Senate, lost, ran for the United States House of Representatives, lost, ran for governor of Minnesota again, lost, ran as a Republican for the presidency of the United States in 1948, he lost. In 1952, he lost. In 1964, he lost. Ran for the Republican nomination for presidency in 1968 and lost. Ran in 1976 and lost. Ran in 1980 and lost. Ran in 1988 and lost. Ran for the presidency in 1992 and lost. The perpetual candidate. His heart was in the right place. He just couldn't seem to win an election. Harold Stassen, born in the state 113 years ago. The Reverend Al Green. Oh, man. Listened to some Al over the weekend. Can't go wrong with him. Take Me to the River. Tired of Being Alone. I'm Still in Love with You. Love and Happiness. His signature song, Let's Stay Together. He's an ordained minister now. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in 1995. Happy birthday to the Reverend Al Green. And of course, I love the trampoline. Chinese trampoline people are fantastic. And of course, this is the birthday of Dong Dong. Dong Dong is really good at the trampoline. He won 3 consecutive medals at the Summer Olympics. Dong Dong won bronze in trampoline in Beijing. He won gold in London. He won silver in Rio de Janeiro. So don't be giving him a bad time. He's a really good trampoline guy. Dong Dong, 31 years old today. Gonna take a break. When we come back, everyone is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
How much are you paying for adult, family, or assisted living? Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living offers one-bedroom apartments for one affordable price. Their rates are all-inclusive, no nickel or diming or sudden increases, just one set price. You or your loved one will receive good food and excellent care in a relaxed, home-like environment. Stop on by for a tour to see if the Epladolin family is the right choice for you.
Family-owned and operated Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living in Kashmir. Affordable care.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
The Siren Song Winery and Restaurant is open daily with a variety of fresh food and wine options for curbside pickup and delivery. Order by phone or online at 888-4657 or at sirensongwines.com. Tipsy Canyon Winery remains open for wine sales and wine club pickups 7 days a week. See for yourself the most talked about view in the valley and pick up your favorite vintage to take home today. Succession Wines is in full production and open for wine sales Tuesday through Saturday from noon until 4. Check out the latest releases and get wine club information today. See why Succession is the one to watch.
You know you want them. Such great brands, beautiful colors, handbags, jewelry, but Collins is closed for now. Here's a good idea. Buy a gift card from Collins and receive a gift card for yourself. Buy a $100 card, get a $20 bonus card. You get it. Birthdays, friends, cooped up in the house days. It's hard to go without our Collins Fix, but buying a gift card will support this great business and you have a shopping trip to look forward to. Collins Fashions, waiting for the day to reopen in downtown Wenatchee.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 6th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tamer.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the doghouse?
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks, so bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, did you ever notice that hearing loss is the only physical disability which the person who is suffering from hearing loss is blamed and yelled at because of this disability? Now, think about it. Who shows disrespect to a blind person because they can't see? Who disdains the physical shortcoming of an amputee? Do we blame a person who is paralyzed from the waist down for being in a wheelchair? No, of course not. But just wait. Just wait until somebody's hearing starts to go. And brother, oh, is that different? If you have to say what, come again, or huh, because you don't hear something, people get mad at you. Now, how much sense does that make? So, my hearing's going, and my family's insisting I get hearing aids. Ain't gonna do it. And you know why? Because I've already heard enough. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
In these challenging times, take comfort. Bear Foods is open and ready to help. Take care of your health with our extensive selection of supplements and wellness solutions. Take care of your diet with bulk foods, fresh vegetables, and fruits. Take care of your home with environmentally conscious cleaning supplies and personal care products. We are here to help you take care of everything at Bear Foods, the Good Food Store, conveniently located in downtown Chelan.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Badger Mountain Brewing is proud to announce the grand opening of our new kitchen. Come try out our new menu featuring fabulous steaks, prime rib, gourmet burgers, and seafood grilled up by experienced meat master, Chef Galen Goodman. To complement your mouth-watering meal, Badger Mountain Brewing features 14 in-house crafted beers, an alcohol-free root beer infused with 11 different herbs and spices, 3 different ciders, and a great wine selection. Don't miss out on the best meats and the best brews down at Badger Mountain Brewing, located at 1 Orondo Avenue across the tracks from the Pybus Market.
Good to see you again. Back at it here at 47 minutes after the hour. We have clear skies. We just ticked up one. 34 degrees outside of our studios. We're talking maybe mid-60s with quite a bit of sunshine. For the afternoon high, I'll give you your forecast details in depth here in just a couple minutes. But first, another look at the Monday morning headlines. We start up with that brush fire that came out of nowhere on Sunday afternoon. Burning in shrubs and timber off Icicle Road about 3 miles southwest of Leavenworth. Chelan County Fire District 3 said what's dubbed the Alpenhof fire was first reported, again, about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon off Wedge View Lane. That's a residential drive near the Icicle Ridge Trailhead. By last night, it had reached about 3 acres in size. The cause of the fire, not known. Winds were pushing the fire uphill and away from nearby residences. About 30 personnel from Fire Districts 3 and 6, plus the Chelan County Sheriff's Office and the Washington State Department of Natural Resources responded using ground crews as well as a helicopter. No injuries or property losses so far reported. We'll have more on this fire tonight at 5 o'clock. 2 more deaths from the COVID-19 are reported in Chelan County over the weekend. Details on those deaths not immediately available, but it brought the county's total virus-related deaths now to 5. Chelan County's total positive cases rose from 45 to 55. Douglas County, they went up over the weekend from 12 to 16. No deaths still reported at all in Douglas County. Grant County added 5 more positive cases to their total. That brings Grant County up to 114 with 2 deaths. Washington State now has 10,224 positive cases at 491 deaths because of COVID-19. King County still accounts for most of those 1,798 positive tests and 68 fatalities. Central Washington Hospital, of course, has been on the front line of the COVID-19 pandemic in North Central Washington, but as it treats patients with the virus in its intensive care unit, the rest of the hospital has seen a sharp decline in traffic. Our very own Kyle Montgomery filed this report.
Far from being overwhelmed during the COVID-19 pandemic, most departments at Central Washington Hospital have been much less busy in recent weeks. On March 17th, the Wenatchee Hospital suspended elective surgeries and routine care visits as it prepared to treat an influx of patients with the virus, as had been seen at hospitals elsewhere. Though the intensive care unit is currently treating 11 COVID-19 related patients, 9 of whom are on ventilators, the patient numbers for the rest of the hospital are way down. Andrew Canning, Marketing and Communications Manager for Confluence Health, said there are typically 140 patients in beds at the hospital, but in the past 4 weeks, that number has averaged closer to 80, and far fewer patients are showing up at the emergency department and Confluence walk-in clinics. Canning said the emergency department normally sees about 100 patients a day, but that number has been cut in half. The visits to Confluence walk-in clinics are down even more, with a 60% drop-off. As of Friday morning, there were 45 people with the coronavirus in Chelan County and 12 in Douglas County, with most of these not requiring hospitalization. Confluence Health CEO Dr. Peter Rutherford said the hospital has suffered a big financial hit. Confluence leaders have been meeting with financial advisors to get a handle on the losses and potential remedies. Reporting for NCW Life, I'm Kyle Montgomery.
Thank you, Kyle. Speaking of Confluence Health, more than 100 Confluence employees have now been tested for coronavirus, and 2 workers have tested positive. Confluence spokesman Andrew Canning said as of the middle of last week, a total of 104 staff had undergone tests. Now, the 2 workers who had positive results for COVID-19 are not based at Central Washington Hospital, which of course is overseen by Confluence Health. The health system also opened its second drive-through testing facility late last week. This one is at OMAC, at their OMAC clinic to serve the Okanagan County area. For drive-through services there or at the Wenatchee station on Emerson Avenue, you give Confluence COVID hotline a call at 663-8711. Jobless claims have skyrocketed across the state thanks to shutdowns related to the pandemic. No different here in North Central Washington. The Employment Security Department reports almost 5,300 unemployment claims filed just in Chelan County just since the first 3 weeks of the crisis. In Douglas County, that figure is more than 2,100. The figures appear to plateau last week, but state agencies say they're preparing for a new surge in jobless claims as more workers, like independent contractors and part-time employees, become eligible to apply. Local treasurers say your property taxes are still due on time, even as we're dealing with this public health emergency. But Chelan and Douglas counties are going to offer some relief, maybe, if the payments cause a hardship. Douglas County Treasurer Natalie Marks is going to be offering a grace period option, so you pay half your tax by April 30th and the rest a month later, or a payment plan option, breaking the tax into 8 installments. Chelan County Treasurer David Griffith says, hey, taxpayers, contact my office and we will explore similar options. As you know, over the last couple of weeks here at the NCW Life channel, we've been producing a series of public service announcements dealing with the local reaction in our community to COVID-19. Tonight we feature outdoor enthusiast Cody Gillen.
Stay home, stay healthy, stay safe. Hi, I'm Cody Gillen, and I love to get out in Chelan and Douglas counties for outdoor fun. We have so many great places to go, and exercise is good for your health. But I'm asking you to please, stay home. Enjoy your own neighborhood for a walk. And if you do head to a park or a trail, no groups, please. Remember, 2's company, 3 is a crowd. And when you encounter others, stay 6 feet apart. We need to take care of each other and get rid of the coronavirus. Please help. Together we can do this. Stay home, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Cody. We appreciate it. Other news this morning, a child rapist who represented himself at his trial was sentenced Thursday to more than 28 years in prison. Jeremy Douglas Peterson, 47 years old, sexually abused the victim 9 years ago when she was about 6 years old. He managed to win acquittal back in February in Chelan County on 1 count of child molestation, but the jury convicted him of child rape after testimony from the young victim and other witnesses. Peterson is a Spokane native. He has a lengthy criminal history that contributed to his sentence. Judge Leslie Allen imposed an exceptional sentence, higher than the standard range of 20 to 26 years. Not surprisingly, Peterson told the judge he plans on appealing. And after paying the State Department of Ecology $170,000 for making mandatory upgrades, Coleman Oil Company has now settled with the Environmental Protection Agency for another $133,000. The Lewiston, Idaho company allowed 3,800 gallons of biodiesel to leach into the ground, eventually into the Columbia River. This happened back in 2017 from its Riverside terminal in Wenatchee. The Department of Ecology imposed fines and upgrade requirements on Coleman's facilities in Dayton and Pateros. The EPA found the company violated several federal spill prevention regulations. The Wenatchee terminal, by the way, has since been shut down. Those are your headlines on this Monday. We're going to take a break and come back with your weather forecast for the whole week. It's coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
The two hottest pickups in America are at Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. First, the Ram 1500 with back-to-back Truck of the Year awards from Motor Trend, and now the Car and Driver 10 Best list for 2020. They call it a luxury sedan with pickup capabilities. Ram is on a roll now with third-generation EcoDiesel power. Next up, the Jeep Gladiator, also a 2020 10 Best model based on the new award-winning Jeep Wrangler. It has options and capabilities that no other truck can offer. Two more reasons when it comes to buying a truck: there's no reason to leave town.
Hi, Stu Fried here from Confluence Health. We're really fortunate not to have thousands of new coronavirus cases here each day, like some parts of the world. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to keep it that way. The only way we can slow the spread is by following state and federal mandates on staying home and 6-foot social distancing. If you're not following these mandates, wake up. If we don't take these steps right now, we'll face infection rates that will push our local healthcare system beyond their limits. Imagine being turned down for medical care, whether you're infected or not. Or maybe you need a ventilator or an intensive care unit that isn't available. Our healthcare workers' safety and well-being are in your hands. These men and women are on the front lines and need your help. Look, we don't have a vaccine. There is no medicine. All we have is each other. We're going to flatten this curve together, or face rapidly increasing numbers of infections and more deaths in our community. Thank you for staying home and doing your part.
The Meat Shop in Chelan has all the meats, homemade side dishes, sauces, and rubs you need. And after a brief break for a new baby, the Meat Shop will return to regular hours in beautiful downtown Chelan. Deepwater Home Electronics is open on modified hours to serve our community. Verizon phone services, computer repair, installations, and service calls help you stay connected while you are social distancing. Chelan Cellars and Sorrento's Restaurante look forward to seeing you after they're able to open up again. In the meantime, you can share in their award-winning wines by visiting or giving them a call.
This is Caitlin Hedershe, the producer of the NCW Life magazine. Each week, I'm bringing you a look behind the scenes of the faces, places, and events that make North Central Washington the place we call home. Tune in every weekday for an in-depth look at a new topic each week. From local artists in their studios to businesses breaking barriers that might surprise you and everything in between. Join me on the NCW Life magazine right here on the NCW Life channel.
And we have returned for this 13th day of April 2020. This is Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. Good Monday to you. I am Dan Kuntz. Let's take a look at the forecast one more time. First of all, we want to show you the 3-day weather outlook. This is Monday and Tuesday and right on into Wednesday. Lots of sunshine today, just a couple of passing clouds we're expecting on Tuesday. The Spokane area and the Idaho Panhandle, they're going to have more clouds than us. A little breezy at times, especially on Wednesday or Tuesday night into Wednesday. Temperatures will eventually rise back up to above normal. And then Tuesday night into Wednesday, again, the Idaho Panhandle could get a little bit of light rain, maybe mixed with snow. We'll have a few passing clouds here, but mostly sunny skies and a little breezy at times, especially up in the Okanagan Valley. Tuesday night and Wednesday, we're going to have a little wind as well down here in the Wenatchee Valley, but not as much as Okanagan. What we really need is precipitation, and we ain't got none. My English teacher just rolled over in her grave, which is even remarkable because she's still alive. Look at that. Look at Wenatchee's precipitation total starting on October 1st and going all the way through yesterday. That's it. 3.33 inches of rain. This is the third driest period during what they call the rainy season since they started keeping track of these things. That's a long, long time. Yeah, we're in a drought, and we need to bust out of this drought. But unfortunately, the forecast calls for no rain at all. Let's do it in depth. Lots of sunshine today. That's not going to be the problem. I have about 65 degrees, 41 for the overnight low tonight. Just a couple of passing clouds on Tuesday. That's what we have at mostly sunny skies. And a high right around 70 or 71 degrees. A little breezy on Tuesday. Wind picks up in intensity Tuesday night as a weak system, a shortwave system, kind of passes in and out. So a few passing clouds Tuesday night. Wind out of the northwest about 9 to 13 miles an hour. And we'll get down to about 44 degrees, give or take a couple. So not quite as warm on Wednesday. High of about 68. Again, little wind at times on Wednesday. Nice on Thursday. Sunshine about 68. Warmer still Friday, lower 70s. And then another system comes in with a little bit of warm air on Saturday and Sunday. So we'll see more clouds on Saturday and Sunday than we're going to see for the rest of the week. But it's also going to be just a little bit on the warmer side. And the overnight lows won't be nearly as chilly as we had over the weekend. Have a fantabulous Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.